Hi there, it's Emily. Welcome back to English in Ease, your cozy corner for learning English with calm, comfort, and care. I'm so happy you're here with me today. Whether you're relaxing on your couch, commuting to work, or maybe sitting in your favorite coffee shop with a warm drink in hand, take a deep breath and just be here. You're doing something beautiful for yourself, growing, learning, showing up. Today, we're diving into something that doesn't just change your English, it changes your life. It's something simple but powerful, positive thinking. And trust me, this episode is going to speak directly to your heart, especially if you've ever felt discouraged or stuck in your English learning. Let me ask you something. Have you ever told yourself, "I'll never be fluent," or "My English is terrible"? Have you felt embarrassed after making a mistake when speaking? Or maybe you sometimes think, "Everyone else is better than me." If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. I've heard so many learners say these things, and I've even said them myself when I was learning another language. But here's what I want to share with you today. Your mindset matters. The way you talk to yourself shapes how you feel, how you act, and how you learn. And when you start thinking positively, everything begins to shift. Not overnight, not magically, but steadily, gently, like the sun rising after a long night. So in this episode, we'll explore what positive thinking really is, how it affects your English, and how you can start using it in small ways that make a big difference. I'll keep everything simple and clear with real examples and easy steps you can follow. You don't need to take notes unless you want to. Just listen and let the ideas settle in. All right, my friend, let's begin. So, what is positive thinking? It's not about pretending everything's perfect. It's not about forcing yourself to smile when you're feeling down. Positive thinking simply means choosing thoughts that help you instead of hurt you. It means focusing on what's possible, not just what's wrong. For example, think about this sentence: "I can't speak English." Now compare it to this one: "I'm still learning and I'm getting better every day." Which one feels lighter, kinder, more hopeful? That's the difference. Positive thinking means shifting from "I'm failing" to "I'm learning." From "I made a mistake, I'm terrible" to "I made a mistake, and that's how I grow." It's like choosing to be your own best friend, not your harshest critic. Imagine someone is learning English and they say, "I'm so bad at this." That thought doesn't help them. It makes them feel small and scared. But if they say, "Oops, I made a mistake, but that's okay. I'll do better next time," suddenly their whole energy changes. They feel braver, more open, and most importantly, more willing to keep trying. And here's the secret: trying is how you grow. Let's go through a few quick examples together. Negative thought: "I'll never understand native speakers." Positive version: "It's hard now, but if I keep listening every day, I'll understand more." Negative: "My English is terrible." Positive: "I'm improving step by step." Negative: "I'm not good at speaking." Positive: "Speaking is challenging, but I'm getting better every time I practice." You see how those tiny shifts in words change the whole mood? That's the magic of mindset. You're not lying to yourself. You're choosing to believe in progress instead of perfection. But why does this really matter, especially for English learners? Well, learning a language takes time. It takes courage, and it's full of little mistakes, which are actually good. They're part of how your brain grows. But when you think negatively, "I'm not good enough, I'll never be fluent, I'm too old," your brain gets stressed. And when you're stressed, it's harder to remember words. It's harder to speak. You freeze, you quit. But when you think positively, "I'm learning, I'm making progress, I can do this," you feel calmer, you feel more confident, you open up, and that's when your English starts blooming. So your thoughts, they matter, more than you know. Let me tell you a little story. A few months ago, I met a listener named Lon. She's from Vietnam, and she told me she had been learning English for years, but still felt too afraid to speak. Every time she tried, she'd freeze, thinking, "What if I sound stupid?" But one day, she started practicing a new way of thinking. Every morning, she told herself, "Mistakes are part of learning. I'm doing my best." She wrote it on a sticky note and put it on her bathroom mirror. After 2 weeks, she said something really beautiful to me. She said, "Emily, I still make mistakes, but now I speak anyway." Isn't that powerful? Her English didn't suddenly become perfect, but her mindset did, and that gave her the freedom to try. And trying, again and again, is what leads to confidence. And here's something really important. Positive thinking is not something you're born with. It's something you can practice, just like English. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. It's a muscle, and every time you choose a kind, hopeful thought, even just one, you're building that muscle. You don't need to be cheerful all the time. Life is hard. Learning is messy. But what you can do is notice your thoughts and gently shift them towards something more helpful. Instead of "I can't," say "I'm trying." Instead of "I failed," say "I'm learning." Instead of "I'm not good at this," say "I'm getting better." Tiny changes, big impact. Coming up in the next part, we're going to dive deeper into why positive thinking helps your brain learn better. We'll explore how it builds confidence, consistency, and even resilience when things get tough. We'll also look at some common negative thoughts English learners often have, and how to rewrite them into something that lifts you up, not holds you back. So stay with me, take a sip of your tea, and remember, you're doing great. This journey you're on, it's beautiful, and you're not walking it alone. Welcome back, my friend. I'm so glad you're still here with me on English in Ease. In the last part, we talked about what positive thinking really is. Not pretending everything is perfect, but choosing thoughts that help you grow. We saw how a simple shift in language like "I'm learning" instead of "I'm bad at this" can change your whole experience. Now, let's go deeper. Why does positive thinking work so well when you're learning something like English? The truth is, your brain is like a garden. Whatever you plant in it grows. If you plant fear, self-doubt, and harsh words, that's what will take root. But if you plant encouragement, patience, and belief in yourself, you give your brain the space and safety it needs to grow. So let's talk about how this works and how it can help you keep going, even when English feels hard or slow or frustrating. Let's start with this. Positive thinking reduces fear. When you're afraid of making mistakes, afraid of sounding silly, afraid that others will judge you, your brain goes into what we call the fight or flight mode. It's like a big red alarm going off in your head. Your heart beats faster, your mouth goes dry, your mind goes blank. And guess what? That state is not good for learning. You literally cannot take in new information well when you're in a fear response. But when you think positively, when you remind yourself it's okay to make mistakes, or I'm learning something new and that's exciting, your brain relaxes, it opens. And when your brain is calm, it's ready to receive new language. It's ready to speak, to listen, to try again. So positive thinking doesn't just make you feel better, it actually helps your brain function better. Here's something else. Positive thinking builds consistency. I want to ask you a question. Have you ever started a new routine, maybe studying English every day, and then after a week or two, you just stopped? You're not alone. That happens to everyone. But often, the reason we stop isn't because we're lazy, it's because we lose belief. We think, it's not working, or I'm not getting better, and then we give up. But people with a positive mindset, they say things like, I'm not fluent yet, but I'm closer than I was last month. This is taking time, but that's normal. I'll keep going. I trust the process. Those thoughts keep them showing up, even when it's hard, even when progress feels slow. And that consistency, that's the secret ingredient to learning anything. Let me share a quick story. There's a listener of this podcast named Haruto from Japan. He wrote to me recently and said,
Emily, I used to study English for a few weeks and then stop. Every time I made a mistake, I felt like a failure. But one day, I heard you say, mistakes are part of the journey. I started saying that to myself every time I felt bad. And now, for the first time, I've studied every day for 2 months. Isn't that amazing? His level didn't change overnight, but his mindset did. And that made him more consistent, which is what really leads to progress. So if you're listening right now and you've had a hard time sticking to your English routine, I want you to know it's not about being perfect. It's about how you talk to yourself. Be kind, be patient, and just keep showing up. Now, let's talk about something we all face at some point: negative thoughts. They sneak in, don't they? Even when we try to be positive, sometimes a little voice whispers things like, "I'm too old to learn English. I'll never sound like a native speaker. People will laugh at me. I'm not smart enough." Sound familiar? You're not alone. But today, let's do something powerful. Let's catch those thoughts and gently rewrite them into something kinder and more helpful. Are you ready? Let's walk through a few together. First, negative: I'm bad at English. Positive: I'm learning English and I'm improving step by step. Notice the difference? One stops you, the other supports you. Next, negative: I always make mistakes. Positive: mistakes help me learn. Every mistake teaches me something new. That one is so important. If you're too afraid to make mistakes, you'll never practice. And if you never practice, you won't grow. Mistakes are not failure. They are evidence that you are doing the work. Here's another one. Negative: I'll never understand native speakers. Positive: it's difficult now, but the more I listen, the more I'll understand. Let me tell you something. Understanding native English takes time. Even native speakers sometimes struggle with strong accents or fast conversations, so be gentle with yourself. And one more. Negative: I'm too old to learn. Positive: it's never too late. I'm learning at my own pace, and that's just right for me. I've met English learners in their 60s, 70s, even one beautiful soul who started learning at 82, and they all made progress. Why? Because they believed it was still possible. Now, here's a little practice you can try. Whenever you hear a negative thought pop up in your mind, I want you to pause and ask, is that really true? Most of the time, the answer is no. Then ask, what would I say to a friend who felt this way? And say that to yourself. It's like becoming your own kind coach instead of your own mean critic. So instead of "I failed," you say, "I had a hard moment, and that's okay. I'll try again tomorrow." Instead of "I'm not good at this," you say, "I'm learning. I've already improved, and I will keep improving." These thoughts are gentle, but they're also strong, and over time, they build a mindset that doesn't give up. So, just to review, positive thinking helps your brain learn better. It keeps you calm, builds your confidence, and helps you stay consistent. It helps you get back up when you fall. And most importantly, it gives you permission to keep going. Coming up in the next part, we're going to explore something super practical: daily habits you can use to stay in a positive mindset, even on tough days. I'll give you simple tools, easy phrases, and small steps you can use every day to support both your mind and your English learning. So stay with me. You've already come this far, and I'm so proud of you.
Hi again, it's Emily. Welcome back to English in Ease. I'm so glad you're still with me. So far, we've explored what positive thinking is and why it's such a powerful tool for learning English. We've talked about how your thoughts affect your confidence, your consistency, and even the way your brain works. Now, let's talk about something practical: daily habits. Because thinking positively isn't just about words, it's about practice. Just like you learn vocabulary by using it, you build a positive mindset by doing small things every day. And the good news? You don't need anything fancy. You don't need to spend money. You don't even need a lot of time.
All you need is a few minutes, a little attention, and a willingness to be kind to yourself. So today, I'll share some simple, calming habits that can help you stay positive, even when your day is busy, even when you're tired, and especially when learning English feels hard. You ready? Let's go! Habit 1. Start your morning with a kind sentence. When you wake up, before you check your phone or rush into the day, take just 10 seconds to say something positive to yourself. Try something like, "Today is a fresh start. I will do my best, and that is enough. Every day I'm learning something new." This simple act sets the tone for your whole day. You're planting a seed, one that says, "I believe in myself." And even if your day doesn't go perfectly, and it won't because we're human, that one sentence gives your brain a calm foundation. Habit 2. Celebrate one small win at the end of the day. Before you go to bed, take a moment to notice something you did well, especially in English. Maybe you listened to a podcast. Maybe you understood a new word. Maybe you said hello in English at work. Write it down, or just say it out loud. "I'm proud of myself because..." It might feel small, but your brain needs to hear it. Every time you acknowledge a win, you reinforce the idea that you are improving, even if the progress is slow. Habit 3. Talk to yourself like a friend. This one is big. We all make mistakes. We all have days where nothing seems to go right. But when that happens, I want you to imagine this. If your best friend made a mistake while speaking English, would you say, "Wow, you're terrible"? No way. You'd say, "It's okay, you're learning. You did great for trying." So talk to yourself that way. Try saying, "I made a mistake, but that's part of learning. I'm doing better than I think. I'm proud of my effort." Kind words make you stronger. They build courage. Habit 4. Move your body to reset your mind. Sometimes positive thinking isn't about language at all. It's about energy. If you feel stuck, tired, or frustrated with your English, take a break. Stand up, stretch, walk for 5 minutes, breathe deeply. Fresh air and movement help clear your thoughts. It gives your brain space to reset, and that space is where positive thoughts can come back in. Habit 6. Smile. Yes, really. This one might sound silly, but science actually shows that smiling, even when you don't feel like it, sends a signal to your brain that says, "I'm okay." So, when you finish a practice session, or when you say something brave in English, even if it wasn't perfect, give yourself a smile. It's a small thing, but small things matter. Habit 7. Practice gratitude. This is one of the most powerful habits for a positive life. At the end of each day, or even during lunch or a quiet moment, name one thing you're thankful for. It can be tiny. I had a peaceful cup of tea. I understood a sentence in an English movie. My friend encouraged me today. Gratitude helps shift your focus from what's missing to what's already working, and that shift creates a peaceful, supportive mindset. So now, let's put this all together. You don't have to do all of these at once. In fact, don't. Start with just 1 or 2. Choose the ones that feel easiest to you. Try them for 1 week, then slowly add more. Because remember, just like English, positive thinking is a skill. You build it over time with practice and care. And the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Now, before we wrap up this episode, I want to share something special with you. Something that brings everything we've talked about together: mindset, language, and self-belief. Let's go through some positive English phrases you can say out loud anytime you need a boost. These are simple but powerful. Say them with me, out loud if you can. I am proud of myself. I am learning every day. Mistakes help me grow. I can do this. Again, I am proud of myself. I am learning every day. Mistakes help me grow. I can do this. Say these when you wake up. Say them before a class. Say them when you feel nervous. Say them when you succeed. Say them when you fall and try again. These words are not just language practice. They are mental practice. They help shape your identity as someone who keeps going, someone who grows. And that's powerful. So as we finish up today's episode, I just want to say this. You are doing something brave. You're learning a new language. You're changing the way you think. You're choosing kindness to yourself. That matters. So be proud of yourself. Trust your pace. Keep showing up, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Because you are growing, one thought, one word, one day at a time. Thank you for being here with me on English in Ease. If today's episode helped you, feel free to share it with a friend, someone else who might need a little encouragement on their English journey. And as always, take care of yourself, keep your heart open, and remember, your mindset is just as important as your grammar. You've got this. Until next time, I'm Emily, and I'll be here whenever you're ready for your next step. Bye for now.